Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium to host Super Bowl 62 in 2028. The NFL announced on Tuesday that Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium will host Super Bowl 62 in 2028. This marks the fourth time Atlanta has been selected as a host city for the Super Bowl, with its last hosting in 2019. Previously, Atlanta hosted the Super Bowl in 1994, Super Bowl 28. Cowboys vs. Bills, 2000, Super Bowl 34. Rams vs. Titans, and 2019, Super Bowl 53. Patriots vs. Rams. The 2019 game was the inaugural Super Bowl held at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which opened in 2017, while the earlier games took place at the now demolished Georgia Dome. With Atlanta confirmed as the host for 2028, the NFL has its next 4 Super Bowls scheduled. New Orleans will host this season's game on February 9, 2025, followed by Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, on February 8, 2026, and Sophie Stadium in Inglewood, California, on February 14, 2027. The exact date for the 2028 Super Bowl in Atlanta has yet to be announced. Tom Brady officially joins Raiders as part owner. Tom Brady, a figure synonymous with NFL greatness, has officially become a part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. The NFL owners unanimously approved Brady's ownership stake during their fall meetings, concluding a lengthy process that began with an agreement in May 2023. In a statement, Brady expressed his excitement and humility about the new role, saying he looks forward to honoring the Raiders' rich tradition while striving to enhance the fan experience and, most importantly, win football games. Brady's ownership group includes Tom Wagner, co-founder of Knighthead Capital, and his former New England Patriots teammate Richard Seymour, who also played for the Raiders. Initially, the sale was delayed due to concerns over the purchase price being lower than the franchise's actual valuation. This issue was resolved in February, paving the way for the approval. Raiders principal owner Mark Davis welcomed Brady, stating that his presence is an exciting development for the organization. Davis hinted that Brady could provide valuable insights into future roster decisions, particularly when it comes to selecting a quarterback. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell endorsed the deal, highlighting Brady's commitment to the league and its future. As a part owner, Brady's playing days are firmly behind him, especially with his new broadcasting role at Fox, which restricts his involvement in team activities. Brady's legacy as a 7-time Super Bowl champion and record-setting quarterback continues. Now in an official capacity with the Raiders, Davante Adams traded to Jets, restructures contract for reunion with Aaron Rodgers. The Las Vegas Raiders have traded All-Pro wide receiver Davante Adams to the New York Jets, marking a significant move for both teams. In exchange, the Jets will send a conditional third-round draft pick to the Raiders, which could elevate to a second-rounder if Adams earns a first- or second-team All-Pro selection this season or if he's active for the AFC Championship game or Super Bowl. Adams has reportedly restructured his contract, reducing his salary cap hit to $3.21 million for the remainder of the season, down from $11.59 million. His new deal includes 2 voidable years, with discussions for a long-term future in New York planned for the offseason, after missing the last 3 games for the Raiders due to a hamstring injury. Adams is expected to make his Jets debut on Sunday night against the Pittsburgh Steelers. This trade comes on the heels of a disappointing 23-20 loss to the Buffalo Bills, which resulted in the firing of head coach Robert Saleh and left the Jets with a 3-game losing streak. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who shared a successful history with Adams during their time together at the Green Bay Packers, expressed frustration with his receiving corps after the loss. He emphasized the need for better execution, noting that minor details have led to missed opportunities. Adams arrived in New Jersey just before the trade was finalized, reuniting with Rodgers in a bid to revive the Jets' struggling offense. The duo spoke about their reunion on The Pat McAfee Show, with Adams declaring, "We're back, man, we're back." This trade ends Adams' tumultuous 2-plus-year tenure in Las Vegas, where he was acquired from the Packers for significant draft capital. Despite strong individual performances, including a first-team All-Pro selection in his debut season with the Raiders, the team's overall performance has faltered. leading to the decision to part ways with the veteran receiver. With the Raiders struggling at 2-4 and ranking 27th in total offense, they opted to move Adams, believing he would be better suited to contribute to a contender. The Jets hope that bringing in Adams will spark a turnaround as they seek to reignite their playoff aspirations. Texans trade RB Cam Akers to Vikings for draft picks. The Houston Texans are reportedly trading running back Cam Akers to the Minnesota Vikings, according to NFL Network. In return, Houston will receive conditional 6th and 7th round draft picks, though the specific conditions have yet to be disclosed. Akers' move to Minnesota adds valuable depth behind starting running back Aaron Jones, who, at 29, is recovering from an injury-shortened 2023 season with the Green Bay Packers. Jones suffered a hip injury during the Vikings' Week 5 victory over the New York Jets and is currently listed as week-to-week, leaving his availability for Sunday's game against the Detroit Lions uncertain. The Vikings also have third-year pro Ty Chandler in their running back rotation. The fifth-year pro Akers has had a tumultuous journey. After spending 6 games with the Vikings last season following a trade from the Los Angeles Rams, he joined the Texans as a free agent this offseason. Akers began the 2024 season as a backup to Joe Mixon, starting 2 games while Mixon was sidelined. In 5 appearances with Houston, he recorded 147 rushing yards and 1 touchdown, averaging 3.7 yards per carry. With Mixon returning to action in Week 6, Akers became expendable, paving the way for Dameon Pierce to serve as Mixon's primary backup moving forward. This trade marks a strategic move for both teams as they navigate their respective seasons. Jets reunite Davante Adams with Aaron Rodgers in last-ditch effort to salvage season. As the New York Jets faced yet another winnable game slipping through their fingers, a 23-20 loss to the Buffalo Bills, quarterback Aaron Rodgers sat on the bench, deep in thought, reflecting on the team's dismal 2-4 start. With a coaching change already made and play call adjustments in effect, the Jets still seem stuck in a rut, unable to find their rhythm. By Tuesday morning, however, the Jets made a bold move to reignite their season, reportedly acquiring wide receiver Davante Adams from the Las Vegas Raiders for a conditional 3rd-round pick. This reunion brings together 2 of the NFL's most dynamic players, who had previously enjoyed remarkable success during their 8 seasons together in Green Bay, racking up 622 receptions, 7.590 yards, and 69 touchdowns. But since leaving the Packers, Adams has struggled to replicate that magic. After a stellar first season in Vegas with 14 touchdowns, he has only found the end zone 9 times since. His request for a trade this year, following a disappointing start, reflected his dissatisfaction. Meanwhile, Rodgers, now 41, has dealt with injuries and unmet expectations since joining the Jets, leaving little room for mistakes in what was supposed to be a championship run. The Jets owner, Woody Johnson, declared this team the most talented in 25 years, a sentiment that led to the firing of head coach Robert Saleh. Yet, despite high expectations, the Jets have repeatedly stumbled, including penalties, missed opportunities, and lackluster performances. After the loss to Buffalo, Rodgers lamented, "This was a golden opportunity. Some games you win, and some games you give away. This was a giveaway." With crucial upcoming games against the Steelers and Texans, the Jets are in dire need of a turnaround. The addition of Adams not only gives Rodgers a familiar target but also enhances a receiving core that includes Garrett Wilson. While the price of the trade, a 3rd-round pick that could become a 2nd, reflects a calculated risk, it underscores the urgency of the situation. For a team with Super Bowl aspirations, time is running out, and it's now or never to maximize the potential of this season. As the Jets embrace this last-ditch effort, the hope is that the combination of Rodgers and Adams can rekindle the magic they once shared and propel New York back into contention.